So, I'm convinced this generation doesn't know what a true friend is. Y'all didn't hear Cat Williams when he stated you gotta be in tune with your star player, huh? Scoot up for a second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage. Welcome to Champagne Secrets with Empress, where the bubbles are crisp, the secrets are smoother than silk, and the gossip flows like the finest champagne. So grab your glass, darlings. Let the corks pop, the laughter bubble, and the tea spill. Here, we sip sophistication and spill secrets with style. So hang out with us in the secret chalet and enjoy the chicest, sassiest, and bubbliest gossip hour on YouTube. Everyone has an opinion. This is mine. So grab your glasses and let's toast, my confidants, to the streets that never sleep and to the secrets running deep.
Shit. Everybody turn around taking them pics cause I'm on my champagne shit. And I'm throwing them chips on my champagne shit.
Oh, my champagne shit. Yes, welcome to Champagne Secrets, baby. You have entered the secret chalet for the Empris Speaks. I'm the Empress and I want to welcome you to Champagne City, baby. For our disclaimer, our efforts are never to berate or tear down. We do, however, discuss actions and behaviors, and we sip on a little something while doing it, huh? Give a little clink with chaos. We serve class with a twist. So grab your glass and make sure it's filled to the rim, and get ready to sip, savor, and spill. If you're one of my non-alcoholic confidants, grab you a non-alcoholic bubbly and come on in. Over here we serve the tea shaken, not stirred. And today we're sipping on Luc Belaire Rare Luke's Cuvée. Yeah, you see it. You ready to get into it? Fill your glass up and let's go. So I'm starting to be concerned about some of y'all. I am. We've gotten so caught up with this get to the bag era that we have forgotten to make sure our star player is secure first. When you know who you are, you will deflect what does not represent who you are. It will deflect anything not going in the same direction as you, and it won't attract anything that doesn't mirror you. But y'all don't know who y'all are, so you keep settling for anything in this effort to get to the bag. Why? Somehow we've adapted this male theology of money over bitches, but these bitches y'all turning on are supposed to be your friends, and I can't stand it. I can't. Every time we turn around, we see a new picture of toxic friendships playing out on the camera for the world to see. And if they can turn on you for the world to see, what more would they do when the world isn't watching? Can we talk? If they can turn on you in public, you really think they have your back in private? If they will embarrass you in your face, how much more will they embarrass you when you can't see it? See, this is the stuff we should be talking about because your price is showing. These shows that you're on, they're showing what you think your worth is. It shows because girls are breaking their necks to get on these shows with no value. No value to anyone but the owners. These shows don't increase your value. They may increase your bag. They may increase your bank account, but not your value, because a person who values themselves wouldn't limit themselves to be seen as someone who knows how to use their hands and their bodies. Is that all you're worth? Is that what you think your value is? Is that where your value lies to you? Because if it is, we have a bigger problem we need to discuss. What do you think the song means, do anything for clout? I mean, can we talk? It means you'll do, say, act, or behave any way necessary if it brings you attention. Child, we gotta do better. Nah, we gotta want better. But first, we gotta know better. We gotta know better. We do. We don't know our worth. We make our worth what people say it is. Krishan isn't worth anything to the world if she isn't behaving wild and fighting and cursing and being damn delusional. That's her worth to the world. Without Blueface, she would be irrelevant. Let's be honest. He is her clout. She knew if she had a baby in this toxic situation, the world would stay tuned in to see what would happen next, because the world likes her toxic and delusional. So that's her worth. If she continues to feed into it, and she does effortlessly, because we don't know our worth, we allow ourselves to be attached to anything, and we allow anything to attach to us, from relationships to friendships, because you are what you hang out with. Have you ever heard the saying, one bad apple spoils the bunch? In the words of Tasiki, let me teach you something real quick. Scoot up. It's true. When apples begin to rot, they emanate gases that the other apples can absorb, and it will cause them to rot. It's the same thing with us. If something attached to you is rotten, it will eventually cause you to stink. It will. But because we can't be alone, all one, we run after rotten apples because we'd rather fit in with something that stinks than to sit back and wait until the right thing comes along. But this isn't a them problem. This is an us problem. It's a problem with us when we can't tell that something attached to us is not reflecting us. It's because we're not in tune with our star player. In the words of Cat Williams, you're not. You don't know what you want, so you're chasing after and accepting anything. You don't know what your values are, what your standards are, because some of you don't have any, and you're wondering why you're consistently hurt. You don't have anything set up in your life to measure what is in your life against. Sorry. Some of you say you have God. Do you? Because if you do, then something in your life should reflect Him. If there is no reflection, there is no God. That's what the Bible means by having a form of godliness. So you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want besides money. Have you ever sat and thought about what kind of friend you want? What kind of support system you want around you? What kind of energies you want to be near you? We don't know the answers to these questions because we don't have a standard set up for our lives and ourselves. You don't have a system of measurement that will automatically set off your spidey senses when something foreign shows up. Or on the flip side, you're so dehydrated for the top that you'll step on the necks of your friends to get there. Can we talk? Because we have that side too. We're so dehydrated that in order to get a drip, we'll treat others like shit to perpetuate an image to the world that you're a boss bitch, when in actuality, you're just a bitch boss. But when did we get like this? When? When did we get so thirsty, so dehydrated to fit, so dehydrated to be that we clown the very ones who had our back? When did the mighty dollar become more important than relationships? I don't need nobody. Child, yes you do. No one has made it anywhere in life by themselves. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody. But you have to know yourself and know your worth to know what somebodies you need around. So what prompted this conversation has been a few things, or a few people, should I say. Krishan and her two Muppets, because that's what they were, or are. Her Muppets, stuffed animals with a string that she controls. We're going to call this the Muppet Syndrome. Suki and Sapphire, and we're going to call this the Opportunist Syndrome. And Natalie Nunn in Scotland, Pimps Up, Hoes Down Syndrome, or Stockholm Syndrome, where you fall in love with or feel like you can't live without your abuser. These are the ones we're going to focus on so I can show you what I'm talking about. So let's start with Krishan. Here's the problem with Krishan. She's a beautiful girl with a toxic personality, but that's our fault. It's our fault because we kept watching. We kept responding. We kept her toxic behavior relevant because we like toxic shit, Not thinking about this stuff is on the internet forever. So your kids will eventually be old enough to see this stuff, but they don't care. They don't care. We don't care because we kept watching, and they don't care because they'll do anything for clout. I don't trust anyone who is a clout chaser. I don't. It's one thing if clout comes to you, but a person who will chase clout is dangerous because they'll choose the clout over your safety, just dehydrated. A person chasing love will do anything to catch it. They don't care if it's your man, their man, her man, they don't care. We saw this with Krishan. She didn't care this man had a whole family, and neither did he. Listen, a nigger is going to be a nigger, but we're trying to teach the nigrettes to choose differently. This season of Baddies, we saw Krishan set her friends up with her sister. She knew what her sister was capable of, and she sent her friends off, quote unquote, friends. But this is your friend? This is why I call it the Muppet Syndrome, because you'll let yourself be beat up, tossed around, screwed, and thrown away just to be attached to someone who has proven your well-being means nothing to them. If Krishan cared, she would have listened to her sister who told her the girls were fragile, and that's why she didn't want to fight them, and they already apologized, so to let it go. She was trying to give her sister some wisdom, but no, the clout chaser didn't want to hear that because her clout isn't attached to wisdom, it's attached to waste, toxic waste. So she and her friends attacked her sister, knowing what her sister was going to do, and Dumb and Dumber did it because they can't think or move on their own because Krishan has the strings. So they stay attached to her for the clout that comes with her, and they may care for her, but if you knew your worth, you wouldn't remain attached to something that doesn't show the same amount of care for you. If it came down to y'all, her friends, in blue, what do you think she would choose, huh? You don't have to think too hard because she shows you over and over and over again. Don't worry, I'm on her in the next video. This one, I want to stick to the subject of friends. Next, we have Natalie in Scotland. The Stockholm Syndrome. Pimps up, hoes down. Every time I see Scotland, she looks sad. I don't know if y'all pay attention, but see, I pay attention to what I hear, what is said, and what I see. This girl is not happy. She's very insecure. She may not admit it because she has to keep up the persona that she's good and on top. Scotland is a cute girl. She's a cute girl. She has a cute shape, a cute face, but she does not know her worth. You can tell her worth is what Natalie says it is, because if she knew her worth, she wouldn't allow herself to be demeaned season after season after season. Listen, Scotland, and I call her Scotland because I'm trying to appeal to the real her and not the her that Zeus created, you know? When she first came on, Natalie introduced her as her bitch. But it wasn't as in her friend, but as in her bitch, her bottom bitch, her hoe, her work. And from season to season, she's shown that's what it is. You could even be or play the devil's advocate and say it's just for the camera. Well, then you're really showing how much this girl is worth to Natalie, that she would demean her friend for a check. It shows how much Scotland feels she's worth to herself, that she would constantly and consistently allow herself to be demeaned for a check. Baby, your actions will always showcase what you feel you're worth by what you allow and what you restrict. Natalie herself showed this in how she speaks to her. She doesn't even speak to anyone else that way, but Scotland? Let's revisit some of the phrases. When I move, you move. Remember where I found you. She speaks to her like she is her pimp. I peeped this from when we were first introduced to Scotland. She was being groomed by Natalie then. This was the role she really wanted for Christina. She wanted Christina to be her bottom B, but Christina started talking, so she needed a replacement. And she found someone who didn't know who she was, didn't really know what she was worth, and was trying to find herself, and was also looking for a come up. And in walked Scotland. This is what happens when you're so desperate for clout and attention that you will accept anything to get it. Do anything for clout, remember? You'll always allow yourself to be degraded as long as the money flows. Especially if you're chasing clout. And then you have Natalie, who on the flip side doesn't care who she hurts as long as it brings her money. And you think she cares about you, Scotland, huh? Come on now, you think she cares how you look on TV as long as it's bringing her a bag? She's fine throwing you crumbs as long as the cake is on her table. Can we talk? She's good with y'all acting a fool. Every season, she lets you know the more drama and fights, the more you make her money. So how do any of you think she's your friend? Especially Scotland. Especially you, Scotty. Unless she has something over your head and you can't leave. Or you've gotten so used to being abused that you like it. Y'all really don't want to talk about it, do you? The city said you messed with the limo. The city said you and Natalie be doing something loose for a little goose, huh? Allegedly. That's why I say you're the replacement, babe. Because this was the same story Christina ran to Now That's TV and told. Now you're Christina. A friend would put you in this predicament? Huh? A friend? According to the city, because remember you're in Champagne City, baby. The city said that you've been sold to the highest bidder. The city said that's why you and Natalie were about to fight in Jamaica. Is this why you look so sad every episode? Look sad in your confessionals. Look sad and defeated. Y'all look at her. Even when she's smiling, that girl looks drained like an old pipe. And in a second, she's going to start looking older. Watch what I tell you. Watch. Now, I'm done with them because some people should have been named Missouri. You got to show them. You got to show them. They're shouting, show me, show me. Scotland, take your self-worth off the plate and stop letting Zeus serve you to the highest bidder. Whether it's the Limu or over there in Dubai, allegedly, want more for yourself. Natalie isn't your friend. She sees you as a piece of meat to throw to the dogs because they definitely don't want her. Before we continue, please make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload a new show. Please like. Help us blow up. Last but not least, we have Suki and Sapphire. So, I don't know the history of these two. I just know what they have shown us on Baddies. This is the opportunist syndrome. It's individuals who attach to you for an opportunity. They pretend to have your back, but it's only if it benefits theirs. So, if you remember when Sapphire and Suki came into the house on Baddies and attacked Smiley over Mariah's chain, right? The next day when they were outside, Sapphire told Smiley, if you're not going to fight, then leave because I'm trying to get a spot. She let you know what her motive was for being there. She wanted a spot. So you slipped in on the back of Suki. Now this is your friend. Why weren't you with her when she went to her performances? Why would you stay? I would have wanted to be at my friend's performance to make sure she was good while she was performing. But you didn't because you saw an opportunity. So it ceased being about being Suki's friend and became about securing your spot. You know how we know? Suki said over and over and over, she wasn't with the bullying shit, right? Over and over, you waited until she wasn't around to team up with the bullies because you wanted to be with the popular girls. You didn't care about bullying or not because you wanted your moment. You don't talk about her, Suki. You don't protect her name, Suki. You don't defend Suki. And when the time came, you didn't stand up for Suki because that would have meant going against the girls you wanted to be with. You showed your hand, Sapphire. This is what I mean. You allow your value to show. You show how much you were worth when you'll break down someone you're supposed to love to get to the next level. You also show your worth when you continue to allow it. This is what leeches do. They attach to you, and everywhere you go, they're there. Everything you do, they're there. But the difference is, it's also draining blood from you while they're getting bigger, you're getting weaker. That's what leeches do. At some point, you have to be so in tune with your star player that you stop willingly going to places where leeches can attach. Friends don't let friends drive drunk, in a literal sense or in life. A true friend is going to tell you you're wilding out, you're out of order, get it together. And a true friend is also going to listen because they know they have their best interest at heart. And they are going to protect their investment in you. But if you're constantly attaching to things that aren't investing in you as you are in them, then they see nothing worth protecting. True friends also don't make friends choose. Where do we get this pick a side foolishness from? It's a bunch of male bovine feces. And if you don't know what that is, it's bullshit. That's what it is. I'm not going to dislike you because my friend dislikes you. What? Your experience with someone doesn't have to become mine. Sapphire could have stepped in that situation between Rolly, E.T., and Suki and said, nah, I'm cool with both of y'all. We're not doing this. But she couldn't because her placement was more important. Sapphire is with Suki for an opportunity. You remember hearing the phrase, people are in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime? Well, she's one of those reasonable people. She's in your life for a reason, to be seen. She wants to get on too bad. She's dehydrated, and dehydrated people will do anything for a little drip. Have you forgotten about Kanika? Have you forgotten about Shanquella? Friends, how many of us have them? Remember that song? All over YouTube, friends exposing so-called friends. and in the worst ways. Your friends are supposed to be your safe place, your confidants. You should be able to be vulnerable with your friends because you know they'll never use it against you. How can you say you're a friend but expose my most intimate moments, my moments of embarrassment and insecurity and stupidity because you got mad? That's a friend, huh? Can we talk? Friends have conversations with each other about each other, not for the world, so the world can make a judgment call on your friend, huh? Some of y'all are so dehydrated. You're not even thirsty anymore. A dehydrated person will drink anything to quench their thirst. Yes, some of y'all are dehydrated. You don't know who you are, and you're not paying attention to your surroundings. If you're in a car driving, do you just look in front of you, or do you pay attention to what's going on around you as well so you can see if there's going to be a sneak attack? That means everything and everybody in close vicinity to you, you pay attention to. Do you watch how they move, how they talk, their communication, or do you just look at how they vibe and say, yeah, that's the one? Shanquella thought her friends were a vibe, and they left her not breathing in another country. It makes me mad that so many of us don't know our worth, so we don't know when we are in worthless situations. These friendships are worthless. They don't add value to you. Anything bringing you more drama than fulfillment of dreams is worthless. These attachments y'all have are showing how much you think you're worth. These situations you're allowing yourselves to end up in for the sake of a bag and notoriety is showing how much you think you're worth. These friendships are showing how much you think you're worth because you allow them to continue. Why? Why have we gotten to a place where we will allow ourselves to be devalued just to fit in for a bag? Where we'll turn our backs on the ones who put us on for a bag, where we'll sell ourselves and our friendships for a moment, and when the moment is over, then what? Where will you be, Sapphire, Scotland, Marsh, and I can't think of the other girl's name? When they get tired of you, then what? What happens next? Find your purpose. Get some real friends that sail the ship with you, not sail you up the river without one. Listen, I like my fair share of toxic now, but when toxic becomes painful, something has to be said. When I see the sadness in Scotland's eyes week after week, something needs to be said. And I hope she listens to somebody speaking sense, because these girls are listening. But they're listening to the bloodthirsty crowd that doesn't care whether or not you live or fall apart. If I could leave you with anything, it would be this. Friends aren't the ones breaking your heart. They're the ones helping you find the broken pieces. They aren't the ones making you cry. They're the ones bottling up your tears to use them to water your future. And if they can't fly with you, there's someone with a sniper, not fixed on you, but looking for anything trying to knock you off your course. Find you some real friends and cut off anything that doesn't reflect it. Confidence, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise your glass, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
Everybody